JoyNews is learning that more senior high schools in the country are recording new cases of COVID-19. This afternoon, we take a look at the distribution of PPEs in schools as it's emerging that some final year SHS students have yet to get theirs. Here is a news desk report that looks at the situation in some schools, especially in the Northeast and OT regions.
Some senior high schools in the country are yet to take delivery of government-sponsored personal protective equipment 3 weeks after reopening despite several assurances. JoyNews' checks reveal hundreds of students are in schools without face masks as they risk contracting the virus. At the Sugru Junior High School in Walewale in the Northeast region, a student had covered his face with a black polythene bag because they had not received any face mask from government.
Have not given us nose mask, so I am begging for the president to give us nose mask before we stop using these polythene bags.
After I don't have money to buy one.
So
I'm begging the president to help us to get face masks to provide the spread of COVID-19.
I want to tell the president that we don't have nose masks in our school and want nose masks to wear to prevent the spreading of the virus.
Some schools in the OT region are also yet to get full complement of the PPE. Students have received at least 2 face masks from government. Speaking to Emefa Pao on the Beyond the Lockdown show on JoyNews Sunday evening, the Information Minister Kojo Ponkuma said 3.6 million reusable face masks have been distributed to schools across the country.
We have delivered about 3.6 million pieces of reusable face masks to these persons who are in school. 3.6 million of them. Take hand sanitizers. The units that have been delivered go across about 1.7 million of them. It's taken a number of weeks, an extensive exercise across the country, over 18,000 institutions across the country.
You said you were giving 3 each. Have they received them?
My understanding is that they have. If there are any challenges, we'll be happy to know so that we can deal with them. Take thermometer guns, almost 50,000 of them, so that we can continue with the screening exercise from Buipe through Hamile to Axim and ensure that for every single school, while they have the sanitizers, they have the masks, they have the Veronica buckets, almost 70,000 of those Veronica buckets, almost 130,000 units of liquid soap, another 130,000 units of tissue paper to ensure that hygiene and protection on campuses takes place. Apart from that, and because of the regular screening, they are in a position to determine if there's a suspected case. And I've put in place an elaborate process for ensuring that if there's a suspected case, this is how we deal with it. The challenge that has come up is that in some instances, there have been suspected cases or reports of suspected cases or reports of cases that have been communicated in a way to parents and students that has heightened anxiety, when in many of those cases, it turns out to be untrue. And I want to share with you, this is the executive brief I have on the situation in the schools. Recall the president instructed last week that a subcommittee be set up of about 6 persons to engage the specifics. I'll give you, for example, Accra Girls Senior High School. We had a big, scary conversation about Accra Girls Senior High School. The news was broken in such a way that you had parents rush to the gate in a way that some of the parents were even putting themselves at risk. You had students who even didn't know the specific numbers and how it was being contained, who then gathered and were putting themselves at risk. And that's why we say in all of these things, let's spread calm and not fear. Because when we spread calm and we engage on the issues one by one, we will see the clarity.